Hallo kykers en welkom by die 242ste episode van Erongo Talk. Dit is lekker om in julle geselskap te kan wees. Vandag kuier ons hier by die Plaza Hotel in Swakop en vier ook Wêreld Melkdag. Dalene Stephanus, die organiseerder van die Nedbank Swakop Foodfest, gesels met ons oor die toekoms van die fees wat op Saterdag in Swakop plaasgevind het. En Rolf Hansen van die Kanker Assosiasie sê dankie aan die organiseerders van die Rough and Tough Rally wat onlangs plaasgevind het. Ja, ons bring vir julle die nuus, Krampie se fishing report, die weer en ook die getuie. Bly ingeskakel, ons is nou terug. Dinsdag is Erongo dag en daarom doen ons dinge so 'n bietjie in Afrikaans. Nou in vandag se nuus, die American Corner of Office Bay gaan binnekort 'n aanlyn sleepskool vir jong entrepreneurs aanbied. Registrasie is gratis, hoewel daar net 40 plekke beskikbaar is. Belangstellendes tussen die ouderdom van 18 en 35 jaar en wat in die Erongo streek woonagtig is, as ook werkloos is en met minder as 12 maande se sakeervaring word aangemoedig om aansoek te doen. Deelnemers moet toegang tot 'n slimfoon, skootrekenaar, tablet of rekenaar hê, sowel as Zoom, voldoende data en ook Wi-Fi het. Registrasie sluit op 14 Junie. Gaan besoek gerus ons webwerf by www.erongo.com.na vir die volledige besonderhede oor die aangeleentheid. In ons tweede storie, die plaaslike landboubedryf is in rep en roer na die eerste en 'n baie suksesvolle Omaruru Landboudag. Ek dink ons is vriendelik verplig om dit weer te hou, skerts Stinkie Cornelissen, wat deel was van die organiseerders. Volgens haar het die Landboudag met die tema landbou-entrepreneurs en vindingryke plaasjappies gesprekke rondom alternatiewe maniere van boerdery gefasiliteer. In other news, the two suspects accused of killing Shannon Wasserval last year made another court appearance in Walvis Bay yesterday. The duo indicated that they will be applying for bail next month. It's now in June. Azan Madisa, 28, and Stephen Mulundu, 22, were arrested on charges of murder and obstructing, as well as defeating the cause of justice last year. They appeared before Magistrate Vicky Nicolaides, who postponed the case to the 27th of July 2021 for further investigation. The accused indicated that they will bring a formal bail application to the court. Wasserval's disappearance sparked countrywide protest demanding justice for her under the hashtag Justice for Shannon campaign. And now finishing off on a tragic note. 4 shacks were destroyed in a fire in Christian Sand Street in Kusopmund, Walvis Bay, yesterday at around 10 o'clock. The incident left 17 people without shelter. Walvis Bay Fire Chief Dennis Besson said that since the weather is getting colder, people should practice safety measures when dealing with fires. Inspector Eleni Shapumba, Nampol Community Affairs Commander, who was also at the scene, called on members of the public to be cautious at all times. He also pleaded with members of the public not to flock to the scene where a fire is raging. Some people come with the intent to steal property. People should rather stay as far away as possible from a fire, as you never know what exactly is burning. The public should also give right of way to the emergency response team at all times, Shapumba said. And that concludes our news segment for today. Visit our website www.erongo.com.na to access the complete stories we touch on and for other news about the mighty Erongo region.
Joining me here is Dalene Stephanus. She's the organizer and the brains behind the Nedbank Swakop Food Fest. Hi Dalene, how are you?
Hi Irina, I'm well, thank you, and yourself?
I'm doing well. So Dalene, the Food Fest is here. We know we've had some struggles with the Food Fest in past.
Yeah.
Food Fest is here. How are you feeling?
We're very excited. We are always happy to bring people together. You understand? That is the aim of the festival, is to bring people together through food. So we're happy we can have it, considering everything that's happening in the world and in the country. So we're very happy. That's all.
Speaking of considering everything that's in the world, you guys made it with this festival in the nick of time. Yesterday we had new COVID-19 regulations announced, maximum 50 people. How do you feel having just missed that deadline?
You know, it won't be fair to be celebrating like this, but we are very excited about it because most of our vendors have been down. Like we said in December, they've been down. There's been no business. So for us to just bring out this one time before we go back into a limited number of people, it's a great opportunity for everybody. We were holding our breaths yesterday, and luckily it's 1st of June, and we're just happy to make that extra little cent, and then we go back to, you know, and we are still sanitizing, we're distancing, and we're trying to keep to all regulations.
So speaking of the vendors and the struggles they've had in the pandemic and how this helps them, what do you think this means for the economy?
This edition of the Swakop Food Festival, if people should note, is we did not use any musicians from outside of Swakopmund. We did not use any vendors from outside of Swakopmund. We tried to keep it here just so we could move our economy in our town. All our artists are local, all our vendors are local, so we're very happy that we could contribute to the economy, as little as it is, but at least maybe it'll keep us going for another few months.
And how many vendors are here today?
We have 20 vendors, which we deliberately did because of the pandemic. We're trying to keep them spread apart and as little as possible. So we have 20 vendors, and I think that's enough to keep the party going.
And speaking of keeping the party going, should COVID willing, the next Nedbank Food Fest come around, what are you excited about doing and changing? We know the Nedbank Food Fest changes its face every year.
COVID willing. That should be the new word. COVID willing, we are planning at rebranding. We really want to up the experience that people have here. We have this time selected our vendors individually. We didn't do application forms. So with the December edition, we really want to up the food and get more corporates in, you know, food related, just to spike up the experience. So we're rebranding first of all. So you should look out for that. And we want to give another more international kind of experience the next time around.
And more cuisines from around the world, feeling.
Yes. That has been a struggle because, like we said, we don't want to have vendors coming from all over the country just because we're trying to control what's happening. But as soon as we're able to invite people from Windhoek and other parts, we'd love to have Chinese, Japanese, Indian, you name it, would love to have them.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Dalene.
Thank you, Irina.
That was Dalene Stephanus, the organizer of the Nedbank Swakop Food Fest.
was again time for the annual Rough and Tough Challenge hosted by the Bard family to the benefit of the Cancer Association of Namibia, in specific the Can Erongo Centre that looks after our cancer patients along the coast. And as you can see from the Allgemeine Zeitung's front page today, it was a great adventure. We also want to thank NMH for their support in creating awareness about this beautiful project, and to the Bard family especially, and all participants and all these amazing cars. Thank you so much. Because of your dedication, love and support, we can impact so many lives. I believe that this can be one of the bigger fundraising projects for welfare, specifically cancer, and we want to thank everyone who participated, all the sponsors, all the drivers, the co-drivers, and especially the accommodation establishments that provided support and accommodation. Thank you from all of us at the Cancer Association.
Put your flags up in the sky, and wave side to side. Show the world where you're from, show me you're from. Show the world we are one. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. One love, one life, one world, one fight, whole world, one night, one place, Brazil. Everybody put your flags in the sky and do what you feel.
We start off today's fishing report with a feel-good story. A buddy of Grumpy has been visiting the country twice a year for the last 4 years. According to Grumpy, Florian Hassenvloek had two expectations. Firstly, he wanted the bronze whaler shark, which Grumpy coincidentally happened to witness him catching at the mile 17 parking area. Secondly, he was aching to catch a steenbras. Now, to be honest, this species is probably the toughest to catch along our coast, especially the bigger ones. However, during his fishing trip to Canopy, he got stuck into a big fish and it was game on. Consider that Florian is a professional angler who tours the world fishing and is sponsored by big names like BBK Hooks in Germany. After a lengthy fight, the fish showed its colors in the swallows, and it was then that Florian realized his dream was about to become a reality. After a few more nervous runs, the massive steenbras finally landed on the beach. The fish wasn't weighed but was estimated to be about 13 kilograms. Those that want to follow Florian's fishing trips can do so on Facebook under Flow Fishing. Galjoen were mostly targeted this past week, with good catches being reported around the Zela wreck, with some steenbras also in the mix. Trappies and the Amaruru River mouth also gave a decent amount of galjoen, with the likes of Popeye and Makatus also producing both galjoen and steenbras. The ski boats have been getting some fish, most of which are younger crop. This is, however, to be expected during the colder winter months to come. The conditions for the upcoming week look great, with an inter-club angling competition scheduled for the 5th at mile 8. There might be some east wind on the weekend, so be prepared for that. For the spectators that would like to witness top anglers compete against each other, the fishing area is usually at the pump station at mile 6 to the southern side of mile 14. You will see them in the club colors, which is known as the battle dress, as they try to outfish each other. So, good luck to all competing and tight lines until next time. And that
Add us on Facebook and search for us on YouTube. follow us on Instagram, Twitter.
Contact us via WhatsApp. Our daily show starts with the Afrikaans program Soggens met Shaal, perfect for the Afrikaans lovers.
Then it's time for the women's magazine program, The Mid-Morning Breeze with Olivia.
And for the youngsters and game fanatics, join Cody on the 3 to 6 drive. West Coast FM, your host at the coast.
Julle moet nou ingeskakel bly vir die weer sowel as die getuie vir die dag. Liewe kykers, en met dit kom ons dan aan die einde van vandag se uitsending. Kuier gerus verder op ons Facebook platform vir meer bedrywighede. Julle is ook welkom om by ons aanlyn familie van amper 80,000 volgers aan te gaan sluit. Gaan like en dan klik jy op die skakels vir meer nuus oor die streek en ook inligting oor besighede sowel as produkte op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na. Stuur vir ons julle nuustips, foto's of video's na 0817000040. Ek herhaal die nommer vir julle 0817000040. Indien jy wil adverteer, is jy by die regte plek. Stuur dan ook 'n boodskap na dieselfde nommer 0817000040. En dan ten slotte onthou, COVID is met ons. Sanitize, hou maar die sosiale afstande en draai jou masker. Tot die volgende keer. Cheerio.